Hello, I'm TheZOMBIEJ. I'm here to talk about the Toa Masters from 2015. Bionicle 2015. So G2 Bionicle sets 20 years or 10 years ago in 2014 we were exposed to some leaks and information regarding the possibility of Bionicle coming back in some way, shape, or form. And, well, it did. In 2015 and 2016, and that's it. And what we got was, well, the first wave was the Protectors, the Lower Skull Spiders, and the Toa, the Masters. Still in the story known as the Toa, so there you go. Hang on a second. So, 6 heroes, 1 destiny, right? Well, they only achieved their destiny in 2 years. Well, so these are the same Toa that we all once knew and loved, but they're kind of different, though. A little bit dumbed down, a little simplified in terms of the story, but just with the same names. So, I want to talk about the sets themselves. We're going to ignore the story for a while because the story was just kind of a bit of a simplified mess, I must say. So, we're going to start with Golly because, you know, ladies first after all. And yeah, there she is. She does look quite feminine, actually. Well, with this, the pseudo hourglass sort of thing. Here's a correct choice of torso armor. And her mask definitely looks pretty fucking cool. Kind of has elements of the cow with the goggle looking thing. What the fuck is that? But this is not a trans clear, trans blue mask. There was one of those. It was limited to like 200 copies, and I was not going to pay a lot of money for one of those unless someone's willing to send me one for free, but it's not going to happen. So, Golly, instead of having hooks, she has this trident thing, which can come apart and turn into, well, these parts can turn into flippers that attach to her feet, and she can flip around, and then she has this harpoon thing, so that's cool. Shoulder pauldrons. This was a $15 set, one of the 3, and you know, they brought back the gear functions, which was awesome. Plus you could still do this normal CCBS posability and have fun with it, you know. That's all that is having fun. So, I actually like Golly a lot. This definitely is a nice step up from the Mystica version that we got. Yeah, I know that was a fairly controversial move on LEGO's part to make what they did with the Mystica and the Fantoka. And it's like, well, I actually like the Mystica and Fantoka, so bite me. But this was a massive step up. Seriously, Golly looks pretty cool. Bit of back armor here, looks kind of awkward in some angles, but whatever. I do like the trading out the Mata Blue for Dark Azure, because the Dark Azure looks pretty fucking nice. It actually complements Golly rather well. More of a peaceful blue in a way than the original blue was, so. But she has some spikes, one on each ankle. Chest armor print looks pretty nice. Boobs. And the shoulder pauldrons. The yellow gears, the lobed gears, look kind of, well, they definitely alert you that these, that you twist on these and they make the arm go up and down. This one doesn't, but so yeah, Golly, they did a really good job with a G2 Golly, and I think she looks pretty awesome. So there you go. Also, the mask gimmick You can come off by just flinging the mask off. That's always fun. But it's also a pain in the ass because the mask will sometimes get lost, and we don't want that, do we? No. So, now we're going to take a look at Pohatu. Actually, no, we'll go with Kopaka first. Kopaka. The mask looks kind of resemblant of the original in some ways. It's obviously CCBS-ified, but he's got a shield that can turn into skates or snow shoes or whatever, and he does have his spear-looking thing, which is pretty cool. He can flip this around to hold it like he's you know, helping himself along. So that's kind of cool. These shoulder pauldrons are just the big paw pieces, which are nice. I feel like the lower leg armor is a bit excessively thick. So, I do like the color distribution here. The use of stickers is kind of a pain in the ass, but hey, they did it anyway. Also, the chest print is awkward because he's got robo nipples. It's like, what the fuck? That was a meme. Also, he didn't slip. So, fucking memes all the way around. One thing we got in G2 was just a boatload of memes, and it was quite a lot of fun. So, Kopaka overall looks pretty cool. No pun intended. So I don't mind Kopaka's look overall. I think he looks I think he looks probably the best he's looked since maybe the Nuva version, because the Nuva version looked really awesome. But I always have a soft spot for the original Matzo version of Kopaka, but this looks pretty fucking cool. It's all CCBS-ified. He looks awesome. So, he does look pretty chill. Now we can go to Pohatu. Pohatu is one of the other $15 sets. He does have one of the returning Rakshi staff pieces. It's the only one that's returning. Both this piece was used for Kopaka and Pohatu, so this is a dagger, so he can stab you with it. So, he doesn't have shoulder pauldrons. He does have asymmetry here, which is interesting, but he doesn't have these boomerangs or jetarangs or whatever the fuck. You can attach these to his feet and he can hold the dagger. He does have one gear function. Let me move this arm out of the way. Yep. And that's always fun. His torso print, chest print is okay, I guess. His mask is more resemblant of the Kakama than you think. But obviously Lego could have done a better job, but the color scheme of silver and burnt orange is actually kind of interesting. It's one of the more interesting color schemes of the Toa Masters. Instead of, you know, the old school brown that we're familiar with, and also the little splash of trans yellowish greenish. So that's nice. He does have these barbs on one of his arms, and obviously kneecap sort of things. I don't know. Pohatu is not my favorite Toa, so this is obviously not my favorite of the master sets. That's obviously Golly. But for $15, you do get your money's worth, I guess. Now we're going on to the poster boy for Bionicle G1 and G2. And let's be honest. Let's be honest. Tahu here, he's overrated. He's the most overrated Toa out of the entire lot. He does look pretty impressive in this form right here. He does have the lava magma swords that can combine into a lava board, which is pretty cool. He doesn't have any armor up here for some reason, which I guess you could relocate this to up here, but he does have some backup swords for when he's on his lava board. He doesn't have any lower leg armor on the back of the legs. Why? They could have easily alleviated that. They did use the friction adders, bit of extension. Back armor, he can make both. He can make both arms do the thing, so that's pretty cool. His how was a bit controversial because, yeah, there was in the preliminary prototype image that we saw that was leaked, he had a much different design than this, to be honest, and I honestly kind of like that better because it was more akin to the original Tahu, but I don't know. This actually does feel more of a G2 sort of style, as if this was exactly what we were going to get, and it was. Chest armor, print, decent. And let's be honest, with the red and the gold and the lava board, he's basically a G2 Lee-Con. In fact, I remember once saying that if you replace all of this red with the CCBS shells that are in the 2009 Metro Red, replace all of this with that, and then replace the mask with the golden mask, basically you would have a G2 Lee-Con, which would look pretty fucking awesome, actually. And I'm sure someone has already done that, but yeah. Tahu, I think Tahu is, he was done a lot of justice with this version. He looks pretty cool, looks pretty awesome, and, well, all I can really say. He definitely looks better than the Mystica version, but the Mystica version is also kind of seen as a Mistaka. Mistaka. You can blame Edict Arts for that one. But, I don't know. Tahu Master of Fire, it's pretty cool. Pretty fire, if you will. Alright, let's take a look at Liwa now. So Liwa here is, he does have a new type of green instead of Mata green. He has, well, Joker green, I guess you could say. There's how his legs are configured, and they're pretty simple. Arms are like gorilla arms, I guess you could say, because they're longer because of these, because that's, you put these axe halves on his arms, right there, and there, obviously, and he holds the swords upright, and he goes into glider mode, which is pretty cool. He's got these two, well no, he does have three, but he has two of these beast feet things in silver as, like, I don't know, shoulder pauldrons, and another one as, like, lower back armor, so he is able to slice and dice. So, chest armor looks pretty alright. And, well, there's still ball joints that are trying to be hidden, but they're still visible. The mask, not too Miru-like, but I can see what they were going for. It looks like he's got headphones on, like headphone attachments on either side of his head, and on top is like an extra headphone for, I don't know, maybe that's a flashlight or something to see in the jungle in the dark, or maybe it's night vision. I don't fucking know. But this mask does look kind of weird. In fact, it reminds me of an armadillo shell because of the segmented front on the forehead. So, yeah. Overall, Liwa, I think he looks fine. He doesn't look terrible. I do like the vibrant color scheme of this Joker green with the Keat orange, which is pretty nice, and some yellow and silver and gunmetal. it's a hodgepodge of different parts, colors, but I do like the vibrantness of this. I like the vibrant colors overall throughout these this wave of Toa. And finally, Onua, or Onya, as he was mislabeled as. Unfortunately, my Onua has a broken... Well, they're both broken. Crap, I have to replace both of them. Fuck. Well, here we got some interesting color schemes and whatnot. Ugh. Ugh. So the mask looks more Picari-like than you think, but it's also a bit squished down and smaller and weird. He does have a double neck syndrome. He does have the wide chest with stickers, which don't look terrible, but he's got shoulder pauldrons here, which also he has 2 more on his hammer. He does have a lot of friction there, but he can move both arms. It's just very tight. Color scheme is obviously black, gold, purple, and I like this purple. Purple! He has 4 of these purple shells. He does have a silver wide armor piece right there is his abdomen area with his crotch. He does have trans purple upper leg bones, and yeah. So, while being supposedly the biggest of the Toa, he's still relatively short. I mean, when you see him in comparison to Tahu, he's shorter. But he's not supposed to be shorter. I think in the story he's supposed to be this big, tall, muscular dude. But, yeah. The added friction is, well, fine. But I'd prefer if it wasn't there, but yeah. The hammer does separate into 2 claw-like things, digging claws, that he can hold with both of his hands. He actually has hands. As for the rest of the hammer, well, this part of the hammer can be attached to this part on his back, which can look like a smokestack of some sort, I don't know. And this plus rod can, I guess, go stick on his back or something, I don't know. There's ways to mess around with this, but the alternate modes of each Toa are actually pretty interesting. Alternate weapon modes. Onua definitely looks pretty cool, but it's not my favorite, obviously. But for $20, this isn't bad. It's actually pretty nice. Definitely screams Onua to some extent. I mean, Onua shouldn't have a hammer, but I guess it kind of makes sense. Because pickaxes in the mines of Onukoro and whatnot, we all know this. So, the Masters definitely, this entire wave had these 6 Toa Masters all look pretty vibrant and colorful and awesome. And I absolutely love this wave of Toa. Obviously, you know, 20, 40, 60... like $105 is what it's going to cost, plus tax, to get all 6 of these, and that's a bit much, especially for 2015, and it's even worse nowadays. But these are, this is a fantastic start for 2015, and I feel like, you know, they really did a lot of things correct here. And there are some things I feel like should have been done better. They felt a little basic as well, but for the most part, I enjoyed these when they came out. I'm glad I still have them built. So, but things would get better with the 2016 Toa. We're going to talk about those in a separate video. So, What is your favorite out of the Toa Masters? Mine happens to be Golly Master. She just looks so awesome. I love her so much. Look. She just looks awesome. I just love the color scheme too. You know, the trans blue, there's a couple different trans blues. Well, we'll get to that when we get to the Uniter version, but there's a trans medium light blue of some sort. There's dark azure, silver, gunmetal, light gray, and yeah, so it's a little bit of yellow too, just because. But I absolutely love this version of Golly. She looks fucking awesome. That's why I had 3 at one point. One is now parts for a mock, and the other one was something I won in a raffle. So that's pretty cool. In terms of like my second favorite, I don't know. I don't know if I have a second favorite. Probably Kopaka, but I happen to like all of them equally to some extent. Well, that's not true. I actually hold Golly higher than the rest of them. My least favorite probably has to be Pohatu, because he's just, I feel like they did some things right here, but I feel like it's just the weapons are innovative, but and new. It's like, but the thing is, why boomerangs? Why would you use boomerangs for weapons? That's just fucking bizarre and stupid, and I don't agree with these weapons at all. However, the dagger that he can use to stab you with, that's pretty cool. So I'd say throw away these boomerangs and give him 2 daggers so he can do a double stabbing. That would be funny. So yeah, and I feel like they could have done a little bit more. Pohatu always got the short end of the stick, it seemed, in terms of weapons and whatnot. Also, I feel like the asymmetry, you know, color distribution and asymmetry of those feels a little trite, a little strange. Yeah. Also, Onua being shorter than you think he would be. I know I used the in my revamp of Onua that I had years ago, that I used the tallest of the CCBS torsos and used a gunmetal CCBS torso armor, and then this, and then there you go. But and of course I made him a lot taller to where he should be. So Onua is probably my second least favorite, probably because he shouldn't be portrayed this short, I guess. I don't know. They each have their own flaws, but they all are also pretty acceptably awesome. So, what is your favorite? Post in the comment section below, and I will be back to talk about the Uniters. That'll be fun. But for now, my camera's about to die, so I gotta charge the fucking camera. Alright. Stay tuned for more videos. I'm TheZOMBIEJ. I'll see you folks there. Have a good fucking day, and peace.